Rail passengers who use South West trains are being told to prepare for major disruption this summer during an upgrade of the network.
Yes, people are being warned to expect delays when 9 out of 25 platforms close at Waterloo and half of all services will be cancelled on some lines.
Key commuter routes to and from Bournemouth, Southampton, Portsmouth, Winchester, Salisbury and Basingstoke will be affected as fewer trains will run.
The £800 million upgrade will mean longer platforms on the Reading line for trains with 10 carriages.
There'll also be 150 new congestion-busting carriages, so there'll be 30% more capacity at rush hour.
Well, South West trains make 650,000 journeys a day, with 1,700 trains in service. It is the busiest commuter railway in Europe.
The work begins in August. Today the full details were published. Our transport correspondent Mike Pearce is live at Waterloo tonight. Mike, in reality, how disruptive will this be?
Well, this is the busiest station in the UK, and you can see behind me here it's about the busiest minute of the day. 300,000 passengers pass through here every day, so if you cancel half the service, that will have an impact. I've been talking to commuters about South West Trains is at its busiest times at bursting point. Passenger numbers have doubled over the last 20 years. This was Basingstoke at 7 this morning. More capacity is urgently needed.
It gets very crowded in the trains. So I think, again, it's a very good idea if they are thinking about improving the Waterloo station.
60% of the time the trains I'm getting, you're standing.
It's getting worse, but we used to have a seat all the time, but yeah, it's getting worse.
We took a ride in the driver's cab, and it's clear to see how busy it is, both on the platforms and on the tracks. The solution is a record £800 million upgrade. Longer platforms for 10 carriage trains, 150 new carriages, 5 new platforms at the old Eurostar terminal, helping to ease capacity by 30%. But the work will mean 9 platform closures during most of August, with fewer trains and disruption.
For the main suburban side and for the main line, we will run about half the amount of trains which we normally run, but we will run longer trains to provide more capacity, or as much capacity as possible.
Why August? Because that's a time when obviously lots of people want to come to London for trips and things like that.
Well, the decision was made some time ago because the blockade needs to be longer than 5 to 8 days, and August typically is the quietest period from normal commuter and people working in London.
I mean, that would be quite stressful because obviously still coming into work doesn't stop for me, so less trains is never a good thing.
Personally, I'll be away on holiday, but you've got to do it sometime, haven't you? So you've got to grin and bear it for the long term.
I think that probably is the best time of the year to actually do those improvements.
Today, passengers were given virtual headsets to see how the new upgraded Waterloo will look. The advice, though, is to plan ahead. Well, here at Waterloo, behind us you've got the former Eurostar terminal. They've already started the work there for 5 new platforms. Becky Lumlock's with me from Network Rail. The whole of August seems a long time for this work.
The scale of work that we'll actually be doing is really very significant, both in terms of the amount of new track that will be laid and also the extension of platforms 1 to 4 that we'll be doing here at Waterloo. And overall on the project, we're investing £800 million to get a 30% increase in capacity here at Waterloo.
It sounds really good. At the end of the day, are passengers really going to benefit?
Absolutely they are. So at the end of the project, we're going to be seeing longer trains. There's going to be 150 new carriages coming. We're going to have longer platforms to accommodate those longer trains. We're also going to be having more trains, and we're actually going to have 5 new platforms because of redeveloping the previous Waterloo International Terminal.
OK, well thank you very much indeed for joining us, and that work absolutely vital, passengers are telling us, to get them to and from work.
Mike, thank you. Leader of Portsmouth City Council says she's deep